Ella, and today we are continuing the Harry Potter book Nook build. So this one is the Hogwarts Library book Nook, and it's insanely cool. I am so excited about this one because it has special effects. So apparently, it has flames that happen and it is voice activated, which is like, what the heck? I have never seen that before in a book nook or like honestly other builds of different types. So this is going to be insanely cool. I'm really excited about it. So we worked on it a couple days ago on Friday, and now we're going to go into continuing it. We'll see how far we get. I don't know if we'll finish it or not. But yeah, so I figured y'all could hang out with me while I continue working on this. As you join, feel free to say hi in the chat. Let me know where you're from, what you're up to this weekend. Otherwise, it's just me hanging out, building stuff, and talking to myself alone in my room. So I love it when y'all chat in and hang out with me. But yeah, housekeeping. So the link, as always, is in the description if you are interested in getting it. It's also in my Amazon storefront, listed under like I've created a whole list or like category of like featured on YouTube stuff. So it's also in there if you want to check it out. Hey Ruby, welcome. Yeah, so last time what we made were some bookshelves. We did the front door, which is just so ridiculously cool. It has the hardware, which was like actual metal, and the cute little door handles, which is just so fun. We've got some bookcases, some more bookcases for the side wall. So there's like one wall of it. And then we did all of the wiring into this guy. So this is like the other wall of the book nook. Got some more shelves, some windows. That is the LCD screen, which is so insane. And then it has a whole spine, so it looks like a book. And then it says, Book of Magic Spells, Spark to Flame, Hear My Plea, Ignite with Power, Wild and Free, Be My Will, Let Fire Be, Incendia, Light for Me, which is just so cool. And I think Incendia is like the voice activation to have the flames go and like turn the lights on and stuff. So I'm pretty excited about this. But yeah, so this is what we did last time. So now we are just going to continue on. I think the next step is building another set of this bookcase. So let me go ahead and move these guys out of the way. Ooh, Ruby from England. Fun. Love it. Okay, so I think we finished up. Yes, so we finished here. So we are on page, what I'm guessing is 18. No, page 9. It says like 918, so I thought 18, but no, we have 9. So we are starting with the other bookcase. Hopefully this one will go a little bit more smoothly with the build than last time, with me like breaking some pieces and not knowing where things go. So this one will hopefully be a little bit better now that I've got an idea of what we are doing. So let's go ahead and grab our pieces. We've got the side piece here, the other side piece for the other shelf. And I think we're just going to do these one at a time. I don't want to grab too many pieces at once. So we need C. Whoop. We need all of our little shelves here. Let's see, 12, 13. Those get put separately. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we need this little decorative piece right here for the bottom of the bookcase. So let's grab that. And now we can put all of our pieces together. So we've got this side. Well, actually, let's build that decorative piece on the bottom first. So this one goes this way, clicks into here. And if you are new to this build, so the brand of this one is called Dolphin Island, which is just like such a fun name. Again, it's on Amazon, but I have been so impressed with this build so far. Like the pieces are ridiculously sturdy, which is good and bad. So like for the actual build, it's great because everything clicks into place and it's ridiculously sturdy and everything feels like secure, but popping them out is a pain in the butt because it hurts. to actually squeeze them and like break them from the whole sheet. But I honestly think I'd rather that than it being flimsy and having to glue everything. So this is better. So this is where I screwed up last time twice in a row. So this piece goes on the bottom here. I kept putting it like way too low or too high, and then all of the other shelves wouldn't fit. So learning my lesson, at least for that. So then our shelves go on top, like so. And then we've got our other side of the shelf here. Goes, I realize I'm missing a piece, but that is okay. I will grab it in a second. This one goes on this side. Yes, maybe. What did I do? See, dang it. Bum, 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 bum. Maybe I popped the wrong one out. I think I popped the wrong one out. Or it goes like this. There we go. Turning it around. It helps to look at whether you need the colored side on the outside or the colored side on the inside. Makes it a little bit easier. So click that into place. And then I missed the other piece that we need, which is C10, which is this guy right here for the other side. And this one goes like so. There. So there is our other bookcase. And then I think we're building another one just like that, but a mirror image of it. So we need this one, and we're popping all these guys out again. And then we are getting rid of this sheet. So we are going to be completely done with sheet letter C. I was about to say number C. My finger is stuck. Cool. There we go. So finished another one. And then we need I and D. So let's grab D11, which is the other filigree one. Whoops. Hitting all the wires and camera stuff. And then HI for the side piece. This one right here. And then the other side, got this guy. G-H-I. There. Okay, and then same thing on this side, but reverse. So this time it is facing that way. And this little piece for the top part of this base of the bookcase. If it will go in. Using gravity here. Okay. And then other side. And they do provide a little nail file as well, which I probably should have done to make that a little bit easier to just file it down so it was not as difficult to put in. Then same thing, this one goes on the bottom, clicks in like so, and then we've got all of our shelves stacked up. There. Hey, Corrupted. So we are building a Harry Potter Hogwarts library book nook. So many words, but so it's basically the Hogwarts library. As I smash this piece, of course, I'm just gonna scrape that off. But yeah, it is a fun Harry Potter themed book nook that we are building here. And it's got special effects with it, which is insanely cool. I specifically did not watch the videos to know like what's coming, so I'm excited to be surprised for what the special effects actually look like. And it is like a voice activation to, I think, turn on flames, like a whole flame effect, which is insanely cool. So I'm pretty pumped about that. We did the wiring on the last live. So now we are just building the rest of it for all the details. Let's flip this over. Can you have it? It's available on Amazon. The link is in the description. So this one is on Amazon. I tried looking for it elsewhere, but it seems to only be on the Amazons. So that is where you can get it. Then we've got our 2 bookcases, 1 and 2. Bookcase 4. Yes, great. Yep. Okay, then we need D9, which is these fun filigrees here. This one, which I have to be careful about popping out. Oh, this one's slightly different, actually. I know. I'm so excited. And like, apparently there's actual words you have to use for the voice activation. So it's like incendia for turning it on. And then I think you say like extinguish, I think, which is not like a Harry Potter fun spell, but it's fine. So I think it's like actual words that you have to use. So I'm pretty pumped and I really hope it works. So we have this guy, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. And these are going onto here. How does this go? This goes like this. Yes, okay. So this pops into the side right there. Nice, that was satisfying. And then same thing on this side. So it is similar to the other shelf we built last time, but not exactly the same. And then these guys go like this. So these ones actually do go a specific direction, otherwise they won't fit. Pop into place, and then same thing over here. That one was much easier. Then we need D3 for this space. So that is this one. Not entirely sure where these go, honestly. We will find out in a little bit here. And then this guy, which is super narrow. Sketchy to pop out. So this is where I don't love how thick those boards are. There we go. Carefully wiggling it out to not break it. Beautiful. Whoops. Let's put those in order. Almost in order. Okay. Then this one goes color face up. See, it's also neat. Like, this kit is very unique in that it says on some of the pieces which way everything goes. So like this side face down, which I've never seen in another kit. So I very much appreciate that with all of the instructions for it. So this fits just right onto the base. I'm going to actually put these tinier pieces in first so as to not break them, ideally. And then we can slide, whoops. So fit those in, and then there we go. There. Give it a good squeeze from the top so it all fits in. Ugh. Lovely. Now it looks like we are gluing on the front part, and they do provide glue, which is great because I love it when they actually provide glue. Now, keep in mind, this is not the best glue, so this is like super runny, but so I can show y'all with this glue. But I at least appreciate that it is a full kit. Because sometimes, a lot of the times, they do not provide glue, and that bugs me. Like, even if it's not great, I'm like, can you have a full kit, please? Like, I hate when they don't provide the supplies that are necessary to make the thing. But, like I said, do I love this glue? No. Reason being, it is super runny. So if you're trying to actually put something down, it slips and slides all around. So it can be a pain for these builds. And I just got glue everywhere. So I'm going to try and clean that up a little bit. But it will dry clear. Now I'm going to just kind of use my finger to line everything up as best I can. But again, all the slipping and sliding. That's so annoying. Yeah. So I will probably switch back to my favorite glue after this rather than use their glue. But I do like to show what's actually included in the kit so y'all can have a realistic idea, if you are interested in getting it, of what comes in the actual kit. So there's that. Olivia, hey girl. Hello, hello. That is that guy. Yes, sweet. Ooh, okay. I saw what's next. We are building books next. But now we have our 2 bookcases. There we go. Let me move this out of the way. I was like, is this my cable for my phone? No, it's not. It's the cable to the actual kit. So there are our 2 bookcases. I'm going to move those up top, out of the way for now. And now we say create 3 different sizes of tiny books and scrolls. The kit includes extra books, so you don't need to make all of them in advance. Fantastic. Because when I opened this box, I saw this sheet and I thought, oh, cool. Like, we get to fold these up because that's what I'm used to for other kits with books. And then I learned that each of these is a sticker. Every single one of these is its own individual sticker, which means those are all separate books that get to be built. So it does say, though, that it provides extra. So we'll see how many we make. But it says we are doing I8 and J12. How does that work? Okay. You know what? Let's just grab one. Let's make a singular book. I'll pop some of those out. So we'll have a few I8s and then a couple J12s, popping them out on the side here. Hi, jokers. My pup just walked in. Okay, so here are our J12s. Here are our I8s. And then sticker sheet K. That is what these are. Oh, I don't think it matters. So I think they're actually the same thing. No, wait. I8, J12. It looks like we're supposed to glue them together. But I honestly think these are the same thing. So I don't know why they named them. They are. They're identical. Okay, so it doesn't matter what we use. But they just want them thicker. So let's go ahead and do that. So I am switching to this glue for sure because I don't want this stuff slipping and sliding. So this is my favorite glue for all of these kits. Beacon 3-in-1. I also have this guy I sometimes use. Aleene's Tacky Glue is also a really good option. I just tend to prefer this one for bigger stuff. And then this one I've found. But for this is perfect for using these guys. So I'm going to add a dollop of glue. And the reason I love this is because it is so tacky. And so it's not slipping and sliding like the others. See? So it's not going to be like slipping and sliding as you barely touch it like the other glue would. And then we are going to grab a sticker. I guess we might as well just start at the top. And yeah, we are just wrapping this. Wrapping it around to build our little books. Well, that didn't go all the way around at all. Did I somehow do this wrong? What? The 8 stickers on the right require 2 I8. Oh, that's why. Yep, so I definitely just grabbed the wrong one. This was a smaller book, I think. Oh no! Let's see if I can get it off. Let's try and salvage that. Olivia, I've been waiting since Friday. Honestly, same. Yesterday, my husband and I ended up playing a board game instead. Actually, a Harry Potter board game. So it's Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle. And so I ended up doing that yesterday. And then we also grabbed food. So didn't end up going live yesterday, but we are back at it today. Okay, so let's see. Stickers on sheet K. See, this is weird. These tiny book covers on the K sheet are to be attached to I8 and J12. Oh, now I see it. Okay. So these are just going onto one of them. And then these down here are the ones that go onto the two glued together so that they're different thicknesses. I get it now. Woo, just drop the cap to the glue. Okay, let's see where it is. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. So we have a few that are two stacked together. So let's go ahead and make all of those first. Oh my gosh. I just noticed these say stuff. Oh, this is so cute. Okay, can y'all see that? It says the Sorcerer's Guide to Spells. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so stinking cute. Okay, as we build them, I will be reading them off. This is adorable. I definitely try a joke or steal something. Hopefully it's not that big of a deal. Like he just went in the bedroom and scurried off in the puppy way of, I just stole something. Oh well, he's earned it. Okay, next one. Next little book here. Get that along the spine. Says The Tome of Infinite Sorcery. Who's that guy? And how many of these do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these double ones. Yeah, why don't I just glue these guys together? Let's do this more assembly lined. This should really pop all these out now. So let's squeeze those together. And then, oh, hi, Jolgers. What'd you steal? I will never know. What'd you take? Hi. I guess I'll find out later what you took. He's giving me like the cutest little face. Hi. Hi, Bubs. Looking so innocent. Uh-huh. Yeah. Sure you are. Oh, I gotta say, this is real satisfying. Because they all just punch right through. Oh, yeah. That's nice. Okay, those are all of our eye ones. And we'll see how far that takes us. So how many did I say we needed? 6, I think? Whoop. It doesn't matter what direction they're facing, because they just need to be glued together. And then the sticker is going on it anyways, so it doesn't matter if it's like facing out, letters in. Doesn't matter. And then it turns out the I's and J's are the same size. So you can mix those up as well. So that is 5. So one more for these double books. And good to go. And our next sticker, what does that say? The Enchanter's Lexicon. That's what that guy says. I really hope these all have different titles. That would be so stinking cool, but I do not blame them if there are repeats. I like how it's just like different variations on the same thing. It's like sorcerer. I assume some say wizard, some say magic, and then it's like spells, vocabulary, teachings, lexicon, dictionary. Like, there's that guy. This one says the Grand Tome of... I don't know what that says. Mystery? Wizardry. Wizardry. The Grand Tome of Wizardry. See? So they're all little fun takes on that. Man, I really love that these are stickers. Oh my gosh, I appreciate this so much. This is the compilation of... Oh gosh, I don't know what that is. Hang on. Let's try and clear my eyes out. My eyes get dry and then I can't see. Try this again. The compilation of Enchanted... I don't know. It almost says like rights? Like R-I-T-E? I don't know what that is. The compilation of Enchanted something. I don't know. Don't know what that is. Oh, this one goes over here. But as I was saying, so I love that these are stickers because if y'all have seen me do these for other builds, I hate when you have to cut them out. It's such a pain in the butt. So I am quite happy with the fact that these are stickers that you do not have to cut out. Oh no, we've got our first duplicate. So there are duplicates. So that's the same one. Oh wait, actually. No, that definitely is the same thing. I'm just having trouble reading it. Now I'm thinking it says compendium instead of compilation. I don't know. What do you, can y'all read that? I don't know where it's zoom. Nah, I don't think we're getting a zoom. I think that's how far back we have to go, unfortunately. But if y'all can read that, let me know what it says. Because you guys actually might be able to zoom in, whereas I can't right now. But there's that guy. We've got our little stack going in the corner here. We've got two more of these big ones. The Enchanted Almanac? The Enchanter's Almanac? Something? I feel like the font is getting less and less legible. Or my eyes are getting more and more blurry. Also an option. There is that one. He thinks it's this. No, those are definitely different. I think that one says Almanac. The Enchanter's Almanac. Whoop. I just flung one off the page. Oh god, I have no idea what that one says. That is a whole lot of text. But that is definitely a new one, at least. So wrap that one around. Okay, there are our double ones. And now we can do our single ones. Ooh, thanks for that, Joker. Hey, Joker, leave it. Get off. Get off. No, that doesn't mean go closer. Come on. Come on. Go boy. He gets very upset with people outside. No. He's probably going to keep barking every once in a while. Hey, 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 hey. No. I know. Let people live their lives. Okay, now we are going to go back up to the top. Oh god, that is such tiny text now. I have no clue what that one says. Joker. Joker. No. I think our neighbor, like 2 houses down, is selling their house. And so I'm guessing it's probably an open house right now. Because it is 12:15, so that makes a lot of sense. So I'm guessing there is an open house. Which means poor Joker is going to be very upset about everyone walking by and living their lives. Yeah, unfortunately, I think this text is just way too stinking tiny to read. But if y'all catch them, throw it in the comments if you can figure out what the heck they say. But otherwise, I am going to cruise through these. Unless there's one that I can clearly read. Like the next one says the Sorcerer's Spellbook. That one I very clearly see. So that's this guy. The Sorcerer's Spellbook. Right there. Ooh, that one was not great. Let's give that a shift. Lovely. I like the colors of all these. Like, it's very old-timey stuff. This one says elemental spells. what is it, like jewel tones? It's like faded jewel tones. Though that is interesting, because on the shelves for the ones we did last time, it was much more vibrant colors. So it's an interesting dichotomy here. Okay, magic, something and something. Honestly, to me, that's it's probably charms. I was gonna say it sounds like churros, magic churros, and something else, but charms and something else. Let's put that one across. I don't know how many of these I am supposed to do. I mean, it does say that we don't have to make all of them in advance. So we will see how far I get. I should probably start doing ones of different colors, so at least we have some variety here. Maybe I'll start doing that. I'll start going down rather than across. And then we can make more. Maybe I'll do 2 of each color here. Because I feel like I am honestly eventually going to get bored of making all of these. So if we split them up, though, then it'll be like going back to something fun. But I feel like I'm going to get annoyed doing so many of these guys. So far, so good, though. Moving along. Getting these all placed. Well, while I do these, what have people been up to for the weekend? My big thing yesterday was the food and playing games. Got to try a new restaurant, so I'm a huge fan of Ethiopian food. And there is this new, like, food place, we'll call it, that I guess so what it is, it's a community kitchen, and we just learned about it. And it's a bunch of restaurants work out of this kitchen, and you just place an order online, and they put the food in like little lockers, and then you go and like scan your code, and the locker opens up, and you go grab your food. And it's like 20 restaurants that you can order from. I think it was like 20 were available, but there are like 30 restaurants at this place. So insanely cool. It's in the middle of nowhere, which is bizarre, but it was really fun. I seem to be the only one super excited about the locker thing, because it's like a whole row of lockers, and you scan your code, or if like you get a text to say that your order is ready, you just like click the link, and then the locker just like pops open for the one with your food in it. And I was like giggling away each time that happened, and no one else was amused by this. But I like the little things in life. So I thought that was really cool. And I got to try a new Ethiopian place, which is my absolute favorite food. Unfortunately, though, I didn't love it. I feel like it was kind of flavorless, which is super weird. So, womp womp. But it is an option, at least. Oh my gosh, Olivia, I would love your help with these books. That would be fantastic. We will do a few more of these guys. So, like I said, at least we have some color variety. And I don't want to make too many, and then it turns out like they don't even get used, and they just actually provided way too many. Because that would annoy me, spending so much time making these books, and then turns out we don't actually need any of them. So let's keep going with that. What does this one say? The something of something something. The Book of Something Spirits. Light Spirits? I think it's the Book of Light Spirits. I realized I haven't been reading what they were. What is this? Something. No idea. Looks like Mistral something, but that doesn't make sense. Okay, I've got these guys. Let's go ahead and do those. I'll just keep going down the line here. Slide those across. Something spellbook. Oh, this one's in cursive, but I actually can read it. The Book of Summoning. I was going to say, this is in cursive in a tiny font, so that's going to be impossible. But actually, that's one of the few I can read. Can't read this one. The Book of Something. Nope, the something something. I can see the apostrophe S on that one. Next up. Whoop. I have no idea what that one says. Elemental Magic. I think we had that one already. Something was called Elemental Magic. So there are a couple duplicates. But I'm honestly impressed with how many are not duplicates. So that's cool. The Enchanter's Manual? I think that's what that one says. And it looks like we got 4 more. And then we'll pause on bookmaking, because that is how many things I popped out. So we will leave all the ones on the other sheet for later if we need them. I'm trying to think what color I should do for these. Maybe some red? Because I feel like there is a lack of red, and it's mostly blues. So let's do these 2 red ones. The Book of Wizarding. No, Warding Spells. The Book of Warding Spells. That one we can read for sure. And then, I don't know what this one is, but super tiny font on that. And in cursive. Okay, on the sheet, this one looked a lot more red, but this just looks purple. Like purpley blue gray. Oh well. Okay, there are our books for now. Ooh, now it looks like we're making scrolls. Oh, actually, what is this? We can make other books. Okay, wait, let's make a few other books, because these are tinier books. So, we need A2 and B2. So let's make a few of these guys. I did not realize that there was a whole other set of books that could be made. And it looks like we are putting these on the shelf. So let's go ahead and make some of these. I might just do that for now, though, and leave the others. Break these all up. And then go down the line on these. And then we get to make some scrolls, which I always find weirdly fun, because it's like rolling up stickers. Oh, look at that. The Book of Something Spells. I don't know what that says, but here is the size comparison between those books. Oh, so cute and little. Magic locations? Something locations. Shush! I love that you say let's make a few more and always end up doing them all. Hey, hey, hey. I left like 5, 6, 7. I left 7 whole books. Yeah. Yeah, I just get into it. I don't know. Yeah. Because I'm realizing, looking at those shelves, I'm like, okay, wait, we actually do need to make a fair number of them to get some variety. So, yeah. I also did not realize that there was a whole other set of books to be made. Otherwise, I would have stopped with the bigger books and made a bunch more smaller books. So, we will see, but I'll at least have enough. And I also don't know if the books are only going on these shelves. So hopefully we'll at least have enough for these shelves. But we might need to make more if there are other shelves. So we shall see. But at least I will have some sort of stopping point and restraint. I mean, there's a whole other sheet of the other books. So, like, this is all those bigger size books. So I did stop myself, at least, from doing all of those as well. Oh, goodness. Oh, well, that one was terrible. Let's move that one over. That one was not good. There we go. So, yeah, I have some restraint to some extent, at least. But yeah, I know. I always say that. Like, we're only going to do a few of these. I'm only going to be on for like 10 more minutes. And then, like, a whole hour later. Well, welcome to my life and world. That's, I guess, the challenge with meditative activities. And, like, that's what these builds are just super meditative activities, which is why I like doing them so much. Especially for lives. Because it's like, I can talk, like, while I'm doing this, since I'm not using scissors. I can't talk when I'm using scissors. But taking stickers and wrapping them around a piece of wood to make a book is, like, perfect. Because then I can still talk while doing it. But yeah, because it's a meditative activity, I then get caught up in that, like, calm state and just repetitive task, and I get in the zone, and I just keep going, making them. I didn't like that. Let's do that one again. There. It's a little more even. There's some gunk there. Smush that down. Ooh, this one's a pretty blue. Try and scoop that one up. That one's pretty. More vibrant color on those. But I guess this bookcase is the older books. And that's why they're the dustier colors, I guess. Ooh, there is some yellow on this side. Maybe I'll grab one of those. Let's grab this one. It's got some yellow to it for a little bit of variety. Okay, so now we are going to stop there for the little books, and if we need more, we will make more. But it looks like for these, fold along the dashed lines a few times to make it easier to roll into a scroll. So that is these. The stickers below are scroll stickers. Roll them up to create scrolls. So it looks like that is this. It says to fold it a few times on this. It's actually kind of a cool idea. There. And then we just roll that up. I feel like that's a lot of sticker for one scroll. But okay. Like, we could stop there. I don't know why it's having us roll so much stuff up. There. There's our little scroll. Cute. So let's go ahead and make a few of those guys as well. Just realized my glue is open. Let's cap that before it dries out. And then same thing on this one. It's kind of neat. I actually like that. The little lines and the idea to, like, fold it over a few times to make the hole for the scroll. That rhymed. And then just roll it across. And there's scroll number 2. And then again with these, it looks like they have a few different colors for those. To again add a little bit of variety. Man, I cannot get over how happy I am that they use stickers for these. That would be so much. Like, can you imagine if I had to cut all of those out? Oh, that would be such a pain in the butt. Okay, this scroll is going to be an uneven one because I started doing it unevenly. No, I don't like that. I do not like that. Let's try that again. At some point, I clearly started angling this. Let's see if I can undo it and try again. There we go. Much better. There. There. So that one's like more of a gray, while the others were a bit of a beige color. Let's grab another one. I think I'll do those 6. So like 2 more of these scrolls, because I'm not entirely sure where they go. I think they just go on the shelf, it looks like, with everything else. It's not entirely clear, honestly. I also don't know which way they go. I'm trying to look at the photo, but it's not abundantly clear. And now for the darker brown. Again, fold these over like it says. That one was much wider. But that's good. A little more variety. Oh, I am doing it at an angle accidentally again. Try and get it back on track. No, I overcompensated. Good enough. There's that one. I feel like it is easier if it's a tighter scroll. So let's try and do that. Let's do like a super narrow one. Folding it over. See, I'm already doing it at a weird angle. I feel like the more I'm doing, the more I'm accidentally angling it. There we go. Oh, that one's lovely. Beautiful. Okay. So now I've got 6 scrolls, and it looks like we just make our bookcase. So place the books and scrolls from the previous step into the bookshelves. The bookshelf display is an important visual element in this book nook, so take your time to arrange them as you like. You can also refer to the arrangement shown below. Use the tweezers included in the package to assist with the placement and secure with glue. Ooh, okay, so that's what it is. It's first floor and second floor bookshelves. Okay, so let's do the first floor bookshelf. See, I don't know where the scrolls are. And like, what are those? Oh, those are the scrolls. Okay, I see. I think those are standing up. No, they're just like laying on top or the side. Holy cow, this is going to be a lot. Okay, so I think the way I'm going to do this is do shelf by shelf and line the bottom and back of the shelf with glue. So let's see how that works. And then we can place them in, and we won't have to glue every individual item that we put in. So I'm going to put glue on the bottom of the shelf, and then glue on the back of the shelf. Okay. Wipe the glue that I put. Wipe that off. And then I guess we just grab some books. That's a thick one. Let's just... Ooh, this honestly might be easier with the tweezers. Where are those tweezers? Here. Okay. But I'm realizing I'm probably putting some upside down. So let's try and make sure we're doing it the correct way. How far back do I put them, though? Ooh. Let's do a short one. I gotta say, I really do not like this base. I don't know why they have us put it on the base first. That seems silly. Well, let's do another big one. Honestly, some of these might be easier putting them in myself. And then let's do an angled one. Does that work? I feel like that's reasonable. It's like I did all blue ones, but that looks okay. So let's do next shelf. And that system seemed to work, at least. And this is where tacky glue is definitely your friend. I don't know how the heck you would do this with their glue. That would be a pain in the butt. Okay, let's do a blue one. Okay, it looks like here they're doing a scroll. So let's do a scroll. Wow, that was terrible. Let's flip that up. Come on. Okay, we will do the scroll at the end. So let's start from the other side, I guess. So let's do this one. Let's turn it the correct way. Place that in there. Let's do a short book. And this is why it's also, I always find it so funny that they oh, this was not a short book. Let's just leave it as, actually we can do that one at an angle. That might be cute. There. This is what I find funny, that they put the titles and everything on the book, because it's like you can't see it. And it's just like a fun Easter egg while building stuff. So it's really just for yourself while building it that it has all these fun titles. Shove that one in. So I guess that's really all this is. It's just like we get to choose where the books go, which is not my favorite. I like following instructions, but it's okay. I gotta say, I do not like this scroll. So let's choose a different one. I don't know how to get it to stay though. There. Okay. Getting somewhere. Next shelf. Oh my goodness. This really is just stacking books. It's like I'm actually working at the library here. What's funny is I am putting them in order though. Oh, that is a short shelf. Oh, weird. I was like, they're doing all short books on this level. But I think it actually is a shorter shelf. That's funny. But yeah, as I'm stacking them, I'm like, wait, I want to put the spine the correct direction. Make sure they're all facing the right way. And not have the books upside down. But I can have this one angled, and then that one will fit. Let's put this one a little more upright there. And then that one can be angled. And then let's put another book angled on top of that one. But I am going to put a dab of glue on it so it fits and sticks onto it nicely. There. There we go. I gotta say, my bookshelf is probably not as organized as the actual Hogwarts library. Like, my goodness, all of these books are a mess and not lined up nicely. Which is kind of funny, but that's what gives it some cool dimension while actually making it. But in reality, like, when do you actually see a library this disheveled, you know? I guess we can have, like, one shelf that is at least reasonable. So I'm trying to do, like, at least some variety of colors. What's weird is they say to put the scrolls, like, on the top, but there is no room. So I'm thinking it might be put them on top of the little ones. But even this was a little one, wasn't it? No, that's a big one. Whoops. Thought that was a little one. Let's find a little guy. Is this not a little one? I think I keep grabbing not little ones. Whoopsie dubs. Okay. Here's a little guy. So let's do that. And then here's another little one. There. And then we can try and put a scroll. I don't know if that's going to fit. They're suggesting to put a scroll there, but that's not going to work. Okay, so we have our one nice organized shelf. I don't know how they're fitting these scrolls on top. Maybe I made them too wide? I don't know. This is super weird. Okay, I'm going to try and angle. Actually, let's put this one here. And then we will angle a big book next to it. Oh, I also realized I have the thick books. I haven't done that one yet. So let's angle that. And then we'll do, where is a little guy? Here's a little book. And move this one over. And another one. I'm trying to see where we can put a scroll in. Let's see if I can fit one on the side, maybe? Like at an angle? Because I think they're suggesting to like... I don't know. Ooh, maybe I can stack some. That might be cute. Let's do that. Okay, so put a dab of glue on that so that this guy will stay on top of it. There we go. There! That gives a little bit of dimension. So there is one shelf or set of shelves done. I think that looks cute. So let's do the other side now. Okay, so we're chugging along. And now I'm like, we're probably gonna need more books. Like, and we have the whole other shelf to do as well. So, and like shelf, like the whole other set of shelves. So I don't know what they mean by like, you're not gonna need all of them. Yeah, I think we are gonna need all of them. Let's do a little book. So I realize we can put some like sideways. And that'll save some space as well. Again, I keep like making sure they're turned the right way because it's gonna bug me if they're not. I guess if we have like gaps in between, then we won't have to use as many as well. Is another option. Should I try a big one? No, I'll do a big one in between, like in the middle, so it's very seen. Where is a little guy? Let's do a little one here. There. So we'll do that top shelf nice and neat. Then next shelf. I guess I could put glue on 2 shelves at a time. Let's do that. There. Okay. So we got, let's do a little book. I haven't done a little book on the side yet. Little guy. Then let's do a big book. We haven't done a big one yet, so let's put that one here. Nice. Then there's this. Then let's do a scroll. kind of want to do, how am I going to do that? Let's just put a scroll like that, and then maybe we can do a book at an angle. That'd be cute. So I'm going to put some glue on the top of this so that whatever it sticks to, or like whatever it leans against, it'll stick to. Like so. Not like so. Let's have that a little bit better. I don't think that is touching at all where I put the glue, but it is touching the back. There. I also realized we can stack some on their sides. I haven't done that yet. So let's do some of that. Stack them like so. Is this a baby book? I honestly can't tell. No. This is a baby book. So let's add some glue to that guy. And place it here. Here. And then we can do some more books on this side. I need a red. Let's do this one. This one's a big red one. That one should fit nicely and fill in that space. There we go. Nice. Okay. So I kind of want another baby book here. Stacked on top. It's funny. I feel like I never actually get creative with these because I don't like to. And I just want to follow what they recommend. So I'm impressed with myself right now that I'm actually enjoying organizing it myself. I actually kind of liked it how it was at an angle. Let's do that. That's cute. A little bit more dimension on that. Okay. Next, 2 shelves, and I'll do the same thing. I'll add glue to both and do 2 shelves at a time. So I don't have to keep picking up the glue. Though I did just make a mess of that on this shelf. So let's wipe some of that glue off. And what's great about this glue is that it just like rolls off super easily. So even if you get glue in places you don't want it, you can just roll it off, and that's not a big deal. Okay, we got book 1. Then let's do a big book here. I guess this is the section of big books. I liked it at the angle it was at. More of an angle. And then book. We'll do like a simple shelf on this one. And here's red. I feel like this one needs another. Let's try and fit another one in there. 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 Adorable. Shall we do another stack maybe? Let's do another stack. Big book on the bottom. Then I'll add glue to this and slide it on top, maybe, or we'll drop it. There. And another one on top of that. If I can get it sliding in. Well, that got glue everywhere. Let's see if we can. There. A little bit more of an angle. And let's see if we can stack some scrolls. Like, what if I do that? Let's see if I can get this standing up a little bit more. Actually, what if I do it this way? Let's move that one over, and then I can stand this one upright if it will stop sticking to me. That would be great. There. There we go. Super cute. Okay. There is bookcase number 1, what they're calling bookshelves first floor. I realize this has popped out of its base. I think that looks pretty dang cute. I like that. But as you can see, we are now pretty much out of books, so I guess we're back to bookmaking now. So let's go ahead and close this. How long will I be live today? I don't know. It's gonna be a while though. Like, I'm enjoying this and I've got nothing else going on and I'm not hungry yet, which seems to be my reason for stopping for some of these. So I think today it's gonna be more than an hour. What are we at now, actually? Well, yeah, we're already at more than an hour, so that would do it. So yeah, it's gonna be a while. So feel free. Restart your phone. Do your thing. So I'm gonna grab some water. We are going to make some more books. I realize we missed this. Because clearly we need a ton more. So I'm actually gonna move this out of the way. Let's pop out some of these little ones. I'm realizing I want a lot more little ones, because I feel like we can do more. There's more variety with those guys. So let's go ahead and make some more little ones. So those books did not last very long. Those just... Whoops. Make sure we're doing the tiny ones. And then I definitely want more variety. So, like, I was right in the fact that I'm like, we don't have many red books that we made. And that shelf is looking very blue, which means this other shelf is probably going to be very red. Which is totally fun. What does this one say? The Book of Arcane something. Just keep making these little guys. I am really liking how that turned out. I feel like I should actually, I can put this here so y'all can see that. To see the shelf we just made. That is super stinking cute. Like, it really does just, like, that's what's so fun with these, is that they really do come together in the end. And, like, all the little bits and bobs that you make, once you add it all together, it gives it a really fun effect. Though I will say, this is, like, the messiest library. Like, that is ridiculous. What a mess. But it looks cool. Okay, there are my little ones. Let's grab this sticker because it's hanging off for this big one. We don't have any more of the big book stickers, so these are just the big books that we have left, which is good that we have plenty of those. I think these are the little books. Yeah, these might be the little books. So let's do a bunch more of these guys, because these stack up nicely as well. So I'll do a little bit at a time. Whoa, that was terrible. I'll wrap it around. Oh, Olivia, that was like nothing. Yeah, you're fine. So you're worried I was just gonna like end it right then. That makes sense. I get it. Okay. Ooh, that one has a fun back. Elemental rights. Okay, so that is what that says. I don't know what a right is. Like R-I-T-E-S? I don't know. I don't know what that means. Ooh, that's a pretty color. That one's pretty. Like a baby blue. Like a very pale periwinkle almost. Very blue toned with all of these, I would say, though. Which is interesting. Let's add some more yellow. Let's do some more yellow. And some reds. There's the dark blue too. That's kind of cool. But this will help break up the blue tones quite a bit. Just want to stick to down here. I do wonder if these go in another place though. Or if like I'm just filling these shelves. That's what I'm not sure about. And again, I'm just going to do a few at a time this time. So then I can see how many I'm doing and if I want to switch rather than popping all of those little pieces out to make the books. This one's fun. Got like some ombre effect to it. This is elemental something. Does that say elemental? Yeah, elemental sigils, maybe? Is this the enchanted codex? Is that like a different blue? It's like a more vibrant blue. I'll take it. Some green. No idea what that says. Magic compendium? I don't know. Yeah, I like this vibrant blue. Like vibrant, relatively speaking. Relative to these other tones, this is a very vibrant blue. Okay, I think we might be good. Actually, let's make a couple more. Let's do... This one is just calling to me because it has some fun stripes to it on the spine. And the spine is the only thing that's showing on these anyways, so... And then another yellow one. Yellow one. Which, as I'm placing it now, doesn't really look all that yellow, but that's okay. We will do this one as well. And then we can switch over to the bigger ones. There. Actually, let's make some scrolls since we're on this page. Because I did enjoy that. But now I know I seem to favor the ones that are more tightly rolled up and more perfectly rolled up. So I will be a little bit more careful about forming these. And make sure we are lined up, which I am already not. So that's a good start. Okay, let's see. There we go. Beautiful. That's a nice scroll. Nice. So there's another cutie little scroll. Let's do another one. Let's see if I can make one a little tighter even. There we go. I'm just gonna keep rolling that. That one is a tight one. Itty bitty little guy. Oh, that one's lovely. That was like perfect. So maybe I'll do like a stack of scrolls on the other side. That might be fun. Like a big stack. Like I did two, like a little stack of two on the other one. But maybe we'll do a big one on the other set of shelves. Like I'm looking at like the bottom left of the shelf, we just, or bottom right there. Like left side. Bottom right of the left side of the set of shelves. I think looks really neat. Well, this one is super uneven. I just keep overcompensating. Or overcorrecting. Not overcompensating. Overcorrecting for the angle. And so it just keeps... Oh my goodness. Let's try and get that correct. Come on. Maybe we'll finish strong. And it'll be okay. Not my best. But we're finishing it okay. There. A lot more wonky. A lot wonkier. Let's try making this one cute and little. I don't know what the secret is to doing these uniformly. And not having it at a crazy angle. This one's going okay, though. Maybe it's like holding it from this side. I don't know. For some reason, when I do it that way, it works out better. That one was like perfect. So maybe like not seeing what I'm doing on the other side is somehow better? That seems so counterintuitive. But maybe it's because I'm like just trying to line it up with one side rather than looking at both sides. No, see, that's not working. Okay, spoke too soon. I don't know what the trick is. But at least that one looks okay from this side. So like even though it's longer, like that side looks a little weird, but that side looks good. So we'll take it. We'll take it. Yeah, they provide a lot of scrolls. But again, I still don't know if we're using these for other parts of the build. So I don't know if it's like I can just make all of them and use all of them right now. It doesn't specify. It just says, like, for the books that there are extras. So, yeah, I don't know. So I don't think I want... I mean, I'm certainly not going to even be able to use all of the scrolls here. But I want to make sure that we have at least enough for whatever else we're using them for. This one's also a little wonky. Okay. There are 6 scrolls, so let's stick with that. Then let's make some more big books. So let's... Oh, that's nice. Oh, yeah. That is satisfying. Just break all those off. And so these will be the bigger books to add variety to the bookshelf. Okay. So let's go back to these and let's focus on greens and reds. And I guess the yellow spine for those on the bottom there. Because that will then, again, like I guess I'm focused on getting variety of colors. And sizes and shapes. Because I feel like the first shelf was very blue toned. And then I guess this other one will be very green and red toned. The little books are all different colors, so. And like light blues and stuff. So that'll provide those colors for the other set of shelves. But these are like all the same green, so let's switch to a different color. Let's go to red. Let's do a bunch of reds. But again, these reds, like red, you know, But, like, really, there, like, aren't many even reds on this one. It's mainly blues. Keep them chugging along. This one will at least also have a bunch of little books, which will be fun. I feel like I'm going to do more stacking on this set of shelves, which I guess is the second floor set of shelves. And again, with all of these, it's so funny because it's like I spend so much time doing this stuff. And it's like you read pretty much every book title and all that. And then you can't even see the book titles and you put them on the shelf. And then once you build the whole thing, it's like you won't even be able to see these books, you know? Like in the book nook, it's like on the side. And like you're not going to notice it. So I say it every time with these builds, but it's really about the process rather than the final result. The fun is in building it. Like, I don't know what to do with most of the things that I make. I basically try and give them away, honestly. Except for the Harry Potter ones. The Harry Potter ones, I keep. But, like, the Hello Kitty ones, I'm like, I don't know what to do with this. Like, I don't know. And, like, there was one that I made myself, not on a live, that was, like, Japanese streets and, like, cherry blossom themed. And that one was really cool. But again, I'm like, now that I've made it, I have no purpose for this. Like, I don't know what to do with it. And it's just a funny concept. And I've always been like that. I'm always like, it is about making the thing for me rather than having the final product. Unless it's a Harry Potter or a Disney thing, then I'm all about keeping the final product. Specifically because we have the rooms for them. So we have 2 guest rooms in our house, and one is Harry Potter themed. Specifically, the idea is the Ravenclaw common room, and then the other is Disney themed, and specifically Mickey Mouse themed. So like the curtains and everything are, I don't even think I've shared that, honestly. I never actually posted that video, but we painted a whole dresser to be Mickey themed. Like we got it on Facebook Marketplace and then sanded it and painted it and everything. And I just like never posted that video. So it's still on my agenda. This was like a couple years ago now. So I really need to show y'all those rooms. But the Mickey one is definitely more themed. And like the covers and blankets and pillows and the curtains. I really like the curtains because the curtains are black and the what is it, like ties to the curtains, like the pullback thing that holds the curtains on the sides. I got little Mickey hands, and so those are the curtain ties, and it's so stinking cute. But then yeah, everything is like black, red, yellow, white themed in that room, but I still need to get end tables for it. And so I want to get a couple end tables and make them match the dresser so that they look like little Mickey themed end tables. So that is still on the agenda. Those are very much work in progress. Will never be complete kind of projects. Especially the Ravenclaw room. Because that isn't actually, like, the issue with that room is we've sort of made it into our overflow craft space. So, like, I have a lot of, like, my heat presses and sublimation printer and all that in there. And that's where Mike has his 3D printer. And we have, like, our normal, just, like, paper printer. So it's just, like, a whole bunch of hodgepodge of things in there. And then we have a couch that is a pull-out couch for the bed. So it's just kind of like this weird space that I haven't figured out, like, how to handle because it's not like a full bed, so you can't put the blankets and covers on it, which would help with theming and everything. So it's really just like decorated with random Harry Potter stuff on the shelves. And then I have like a fleece blanket that is Harry Potter themed. Though I'm honestly now forgetting like what it is. Part of me thinks it's just like Harry Potter symbols. I was trying to think if it was like the Marauders map, but I don't think it is. And like I still don't have like a carpet for it that is Harry Potter themed. So that one's way further back in the evolution of that room. The patience is very impressive. Thank you. Which is funny because I am not a patient person at all. Like, at all. I have zero patience. But I guess when doing these, it looks like I have patience. Like it must. Okay. When I view it as a meditative activity. But we've got all of our bits here, so let's hope that that is enough. If not, we can always make more. But here is our other shelf that we now get to fill. So I'm going to do like what we did towards the end last time and do 2 shelves at a time with glue. Ooh, I am realizing this one is a lot trickier. What did I do with the directions? What did they do on top? Because I'm like, this is completely covered here. But it looks like they do stacks of stuff. So I think I have to like drop them in from the top here. Because I don't think I'm going to be able to fit them in under it. So let's just add glue along there. And then same with this one. I'm adding glue to the bottom and then the back to make it easy to just add stuff and then they'll stay. Move all the stringy bits around. And so let's try this. Maybe we can do little books. Maybe a little book will fit. Nope. Okay, we're stacking. Maybe we're stacking. If we are stacking, I don't love that though, with the little one on the bottom. So let's actually try and lift this up. There we go. There. Let's drop a book in from the top. This is a taller book. So let's see if we can get that in. Shove it down. There we go. Okay, that wasn't too bad. And pop it into place. There. And then let's do another mini book. Is that gonna fit? No, we're gonna have to slide it in from the top. That's so funny. We haven't had to do that yet. Let's drop it in. And then spin it around. There. That's so cute. That's funny. Then let's maybe do this one at an angle. Try and fit it in. Try and angle this guy. There. There we go. That looks decent. Okay. I want to make sure they're all on the bottom of the shelf. Okay. There we go. And we've got our next stack. So let's go ahead and just fill that. Let's do a couple blue ones. Break that up with the red. Actually, the red one is right above it. So let's put another greenish blue one. Oh, where's the thick one? Let's do a thick red one. That's fun. So you can do a nice shelf here. Let's do a little green book. Where is a little book? Here. Ooh, that one disappeared. Let's bring that back. And then let's put a big book next to that. And this will be our one organized shelf. Come on. Let's try and move this over. So we can at least get this guy in. There. I will say, these tweezers are coming in handy. There we go. So there's our one organized shelf. And now we can add glue to the next set of shelves. 1 and 2. And wipe off that extra that I dropped there. And let's do some more here. Actually, let's do some stacked ones. This is a big one. Let's do another big one, but we'll do a different color. So we'll do red. I'm going to add a little bit of glue to the back of this so that it sticks on to this guy. I'm going to put it at an angle. That's cute. I like that. And then we can stack a little one on top of that. We'll do a blue and stack that guy on top. But I'm going to turn it around so that the spine is facing out. Let's see if I can move it over some. There. Cute. And then we can do some stacked upright. There we go. And a little guy at an angle, maybe. There. And the next one, what if we do some scroll stacking? Oh, that's actually kind of fun. That was an idea. Actually, what if we do, like, stick a scroll in there? That could be cute. Okay, I'm going to put a dab of glue, arbitrarily just, like, dropping it in there. Perfect. That worked out better than I thought. And then here is a scroll that I am then going to jam into there. There! Cute! Now, let's do some more book stacking. That one can go at an angle. Got this one upright. Can do a little book. Scooch it on over so it's a little closer. Where's another little book? Let's do another little guy. We made so many little books. I want to make sure we make use of them. Let's put that back here. And I'm thinking we need green. Let's add some green to this. That works. I like that. Looks looking cute. So, how can we stack other stuff? Let's do like a pile of scrolls. Is that weird? Let's try that. I'm curious what it looks like. Just do like a pile of scrolls on the side. So I did add some glue to the side. Like, what if we do something like this? I don't want it facing straight on. Like that. And then add some glue to the top of that. Again, kind of arbitrarily. And let's see. Let's go like this. There we go. And then add some to cross like that. I'm probably going to want to use my tweezers for this. And stack it like so. So you can have that facing out a little more. doesn't get lost in the back. There we go. Cute. Oh, that's fun. Olivia, you're in the back seat. That's so cute. I'm jealous that you don't get car sick. I would immediately be nauseous if I were you right now. So, quite a bit jealous. Then let's do a big book on the side. And then let's do a little guy. Whoops. This one is this facing the right way? Yes, it is. Okay, we're fine. No. That's the title. See, I like feel the need to have them face the correct way, even though you can't see it, and it doesn't matter. It's like, I'm gonna know. Oh no, we lost our scroll. Our back scroll has fallen back there. So I want it sticking out a little more. Okay, we're just gonna put that there for now. Let's put this guy back. Oh no, come on. I forget how I had it now. I think it was this way. And then... See, now there's glue everywhere. So everything's getting stuck to everything. How do you... What's your trick to not getting car sick? I must know. Okay, there are our scrolls. Kind of getting unrolled, but that's kind of fun. Okay, there we go. Now we can do the other side. So same thing with this one. We're going to try and fill as much as this is possible in the back. And then we are going to need to drop these guys from the top. Though I like the idea of stacking them on this one. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll do a stack, and it would help if I added glue so that they actually stick to each other. So let's do a dollop of glue there. And then stacked. And then a dollop again. And let's do a little book on top. Try and give it some dimension. And why not? Let's add a scroll, because it looks like they can fit. Let's add 2 scrolls. And now I'm thinking we need more scrolls. So I'm going to make another scroll, because I want another one there. So let's grab one of these, because I think the others are both beige colors. So let's make another scroll to go along with those. And we will add some glue on the top. Dollop the glue. And fit that in like so. And that one was much longer, so it's sticking out. But that works in our favor to, again, add a little bit of dimension. You look out the window, take a few deep breaths, and close your eyes for a while. Nice. Yeah, see, I feel like nothing for me works. It's like if I start getting nauseous, it's like I need to open the windows and suffer through it until I feel better. And like the car better be moving super slowly. Yeah, I am. Oh God. If there was an elective surgery to fix nausea and getting car sick, I would immediately do it. I hate being nauseous. What a nonsense thing that the human body does. Not helpful. I don't know what the evolutionary benefit to that is. Okay. Squish this guy into here. Ooh, that's a fun spine. That's kind of cool. Let's do an angle to that one. There's that one. That one is the correct way. Looked like it wasn't, but it is. Let's do some red. There. Oh, we'll do this one. It's another little guy. There we go. And let's get some green in there. We'll do that one at an angle. And then this side, flipping them the right way. Slide that one in. We haven't done a thick book in a while, so let's do one of those. Then, whoops. And we can do, ooh, this one's pretty. I like this one. The spine isn't as exciting, but the rest was cute. And whoops, drop everything. But that's why we like the tacky glue, because everything will stay in place. I'm actually going to put this in between. So there is our the one organized shelf. And I'm actually feeling like I want to put another one in between these two. Let's fit this guy in between there. To again add just some more variety. There we go. I like that more. Ooh, I hadn't thought of that. Like angling it. I don't know how well it will stay, but angle it a little bit. Cute. Okay, I definitely made more books than was necessary. So I am thinking we probably are going to use the books somewhere else as well. So let's carry on with these guys. Let's do a big one. Then let's do some stacking ones. Woo! Just flung the glue out of my hand. Add a dollop here. And let's do another little one. Let's angle that. Let's go. It's got all sorts of little fuzzy bits. Let's try and turn it that way. Do another drop. Let's do a little one. And let's see if we can do another little one. I think we can fit another. Let's see. Yeah, look at that. There we go. But I am thinking we want to move this over a little bit. I thought we could fit something else in there, but it doesn't look like it. So let's go ahead and scooch those over. There. Let's see if we can push them down a little bit more. Okay, now we've got our last shelf. How do we want to do that? We've got a nice big book there. We can do a little book on the side. Then let's do the big one. So this is our last big book. So hopefully we didn't need big books for something else. If I can even fit it in. Oh no. Okay, cool. There we go. Then let's do another little guy. Here's a little yellow one. That'll be cute. Big one. Let's do a couple at an angle, I'm thinking. Let's angle it that way. And then another little one at an angle. There. Ooh, didn't mean to squish those all in. There. There we go. I really like how that came out. Ooh, try and have one of the books stick out a little more than the other. Let's see. That's what I was trying to do with this one. I feel like this shelf would be a good one for that. Let's see. There. I feel like, yeah, that's good. Because that gives it some variety as well. Yeah, cute. See? So now that one's sticking out. Or those two are sticking out. And like that one's sticking out a little bit. Adorable. So there are our two sets of shelves. Nice and filled. We've got all of these leftover books. Let's push this back into place. There we go. Got all these leftover books. So hopefully these get used somewhere else. But now let's wipe off this glue. Like we've been in bookshelf land for so long. Let's see what the next step is when I roll this glue. Ground some water. Looks like we are stacking these guys on top of each other. Okay. So, two bookshelves. Now we need a bunch of pieces to assemble this, I guess, railing that's in between. So, back to building. We have got eight. Ooh, cute. Magic spell library. Someone didn't pay for the Harry Potter licensing, so always end up with these funny phrases like magic spell library rather than Hogwarts library. H8, H7, if it can pop out, and then this other one over here, H9. Ow. Let's slide that into place. So this one, all colors are facing inward. So like that. Okay. This one pops in, hopefully like so. There. Magic spell library. Then, ooh, we're lighting stuff up. There's gonna be some wiring happening. This guy goes, we need our whole book thing here with all of our wires. We need this one. Okay, long wire LED board. That is this guy. This goes, ooh, it would help if we have the correct piece. Let's grab our other piece. D4. And this one has some nice instructions on it, which is going to make this a lot easier. Okay, this side upward. The long wire LED light board is fixed here, and the LEDs are illuminated down through the opening. So this face up, this goes face down, so that the lights, you all can see that, so the lights are showing through. Then we have the piece that we popped out that will lock this into place. So this goes into here. Hopefully. Do we get it? Not all the way. Come on. That's pretty good, though. That's not moving. It's like we could shave it down, but that ain't moving, so we might be fine. Got a little bit more oomph. Okay. So that is locked into place. Then this goes on top with our other little piece that I'm debating. You might want to add some glue to this. So let's go ahead and add a drop of glue so that this doesn't slide around, because I broke the other side a little bit. Let's add a teensy bit of glue to fix that. Where did I put the other piece? Here it is. So that will hold a little bit better. And then this goes into these slots? Yes, that makes sense. Okay. That goes in there, and there, and all around. So I probably didn't need to glue that because it's locking into place onto that. Okay. Then this is the text facing up and the pattern, wood grain pattern facing down. We have that. Then the second floor goes on top of the first floor. Okay, be careful to not pull the wire during assembly. The connection to the LED circuit board is delicate and can break easily. Fair enough. Okay, step one. It says to attach this to the base here. This is so awkward. Like, how do I guess we're just gonna do it over this. So this clicks into these spots, fair enough. So let's go ahead and pop that in. I gotta say, it's a little awkward since the wire is connecting everything and I can't easily access it. I have to do this over the board. There we go. Okay, there's that one. Then step two, we are attaching this to here somehow. Which bits? We've got this and that. Okay. So it looks like these two are what? Oh, that would help. These two slide into there. There we go. Yep. Nice. Look at that. So there are two stacks of bookshelves. I'm just going to leave that there because we need more pieces to create a banister. So we need J10 and 11. So that's these guys. So that's 11. This one is 10. Trying to keep them somewhat in order. And let's slide this to the bottom. We need D18, which is right here. Popping it off. Oh, let's see. Whoop. Let's grab this guy. Try and delicately do this so I don't break it. Lovely. And we assemble this. Yes, simple enough. So that pops into here. And then this one pops into this side. Lovely. And this goes on top of here. Again, this is just a little awkward because it's attached to this, so I can't just like set it down because it won't reach. But now we pop the banister into place. Get that to click. Oh, that's why. There's this back piece as well. I was wondering why it wasn't fitting in all nicely. Okay. Yeah, see, it won't sit nicely there. Okay. There is that. Be careful of like breaking the railing. Fair enough. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. Now we need H5 and H1, which are some big arches here. H5. I think this is one of the pieces we need. No. It is these two. These huge pieces. Okay, got that one. Then we've got this big arch. CGH. Trying to keep all of my stacks over here organized. I know y'all can't see it, but those are all the stacks of things we're working with. Okay, now this is the back arch. So we need the front arch here. This goes into where? Apply glue to the top of the word. Here's to H5. Note that H1 should be positioned behind H5. This is H5. This slides into some sort of slots. These slots. Okay. Maybe if we do it like this. I think we're gonna have to work on it upside down. Might be the easiest way. So that goes into these tiny little slots here. There we go. Does that fit? No. Okay. Before assembling H1, apply glue to the top of H1 where it adheres to H5. I think this slides behind it. After installing H1 in the floor, press it into the peg. Okay, so I guess this one slides in behind it, but then it looks like we're supposed to apply glue to where it's beige there. So let's go ahead and do that. I don't know why they don't have us put this one in first. Seems a little weird, but okay. I am not being super precise with the glue. Whoopsie dips. Just like this right here. Let's go ahead and wipe that off a little bit. And this one slides underneath, which again, I don't know why they don't have us do that first, but we will just follow those instructions. And then we're popping it into the little connection points under that. And then those glue in. And then these connect into here. Y'all see that? Yeah. And then same on the other side, which I can't even see, so I'm gonna have to, like, everything's getting twisted and tangled. Yeah, no, that's in. Okay. Okay. So that's this guy with its whole thing. I feel like y'all have a better view than I do. So I'm actually looking in the camera to see how that looks. That looks pretty stinking cool. That's neat. Okay. Next up, what do we got? What do we got? Let's flip the page. And oh, thank God. Okay, we're attaching it to the whole thing. Okay, library room. I think that's what this is considered. Be careful not to pull the wires during assembly. The connection to the circuit board is delicate and can break easily. Fair enough. Display this assembly step from another angle. Okay, I think that's just showing us a different angle. When installing a library room, you can open the back cover of the decorative book and reach inside to assist with applying force on the other side of B1. If you find this step difficult during assembly, check if the bookshelf on the wall B1 is tilted, if the wire is caught between the water problems, or if there are other issues causing the problem. Okay, so I guess we are just attaching it to the back here. So I guess we are attaching it at an angle. That I was not expecting. Okay. So it's going in like that. I assumed we were doing it this way, but that makes sense. Because I was like, we can see the bookshelf through there. But no, it's going like this. So this is where we have to be careful of all of the wires everywhere. But it looks like that's okay. That seems fine. So I think we're just going to go around, and wherever there is a thing that needs to be pushed in, we're just going to push it in. Which is all along the edge of the sides here, and then I guess the front of this. So that one's in. It's the back one here. Let's go ahead and try and get this guy in. This one looks like it's going to be difficult for us. And I think we're just going to keep turning and getting this in. Looks like only this one is the difficult one. So let's take this off. Where is my little sandy thing? Where did that roll off to? Otherwise, I can grab. They provided a little nail file. I'm thinking I actually may have put it back in the box. Is it in the box? It is not in the box. Oh, they did provide a screwdriver. So, FYI, there is a screwdriver in here that they provided. I just completely missed it. I don't know where my little nail file thing is that they provided. See, y'all, every time I lose something, this time it was our little nail file. So I am just going to manually just kind of scrape this stuff off because it is not, it's like smushed it. And so now it's going to be difficult getting the bits in. And it will be easier if I just remove this part entirely. We might need to add glue now to that spot, but we shall see if that is necessary. In the meantime, we can probably get this guy in. Okay, so now, let's see, will that go in now? Yes, there we go. Smushed it in. Then we've got this front piece. That one went in. Now let's go around the back. Got these back pieces. And that one is causing problems still. No, we are good. Okay, I think we're in. That one could use a little bit more there. Those horrible sounding clicks are what you want to hear. Okay. There we go. Look at that. Well, you guys get a cool angle of that. Let's see if we can do it that way. Look at that. That's looking cool. This looks like it's about to fall off. I feel like this needs glue, but maybe things will lock into place. But we will see if we need to glue that. Beautiful. Okay, so there is that piece. Nice and attached. And now we have our door. Let's grab that from up here. And then we need E1, which I think is the piece that fell. That might be this. That certainly looks like it. And J5. Let's grab that. Pop this guy out. And this goes behind this one. Yes, so it goes behind like that. And then this goes in like this. Are these supposed to be glued together? It doesn't say so. But I feel like we might want to. I'm gonna glue this because they had us glue the other side. So let's glue this one. So small amount of glue all along. just to keep everything in place so that it doesn't slide around. Okay. I just noticed this says stuff. It is all in like Latin. So we're not going to attempt to read that. But there is writing all along here. If y'all can see that. This might need to slide up, I just realized. Okay. Now we should be able to pop this in to the base here. Are we in? I guess we can push each piece in separately. And then that back piece is definitely in. I think we're good. It's just a little off center there. Okay. Cute. There is our door attached to a base now. And this goes over here. We need another piece. J6. Just gonna pop it off on the side here. So this one goes over here. This wants to go in here. Hey, Selma, good to see you. Of course I remember. Ooh, we have like the live crew. I know all the live crew. You're part of the live crew. Good to see you. Glad you could join. And now this side is going over here. Popping into this side. So we are now making another mini build. This one is a Hogwarts library book nook. And we are getting all these parts nice into place. Looking good. Here is the front of that. If y'all can see that on its side at least. And we got the doors working on their hinges with all the beautiful hardware. And now we have the left wall, what we made last time. This cute little set of shelves. And J2. Like, this is coming together. Like, I don't know what else there is, but there are a whole lot more pieces, so there's clearly more that gets built. But I'm like, this is all getting assembled. What else gets added other than, like, the chandeliers? So, I don't know. This will be interesting. So this gets added to here. Pop that into place. And then, I assume this just goes on top, yeah. This goes onto here. And we're gonna have to go around and add a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, first align all the pegs and holes, then apply pressure to press them down one by one. Okay, so yeah, we're just adding that. And there are just a whole lot of connection points for this. So, like they said, we are just gonna go around one by one. And make sure that everything is nice and lined up. This one I missed. There we go. And along the top. Holy cow, this one's like the easiest thing we've attached so far. Nice. Click it all into place. Oh, so close. I was like, I shouldn't have said that, but now we're doing well. Just keep going around. Makes a horrible scratchy sound. I'm gonna have to stand up for this one. This corner piece. There we go. This one looks like it needs a little bit more. Yep. Make sure it is all nice and locked into place. Beautiful. Okay. magic spell library. Grabbing some water. That was surprisingly easy considering how all the warning it gave. So, like, be super careful. Like, I've had more difficulty with other parts of the build. Now, it looks like we're doing the bottom part. And again, with this kit, I love that they have the writing on the actual pieces. So, the assembly of the outer frame is much tighter than the other parts to ensure that the whole book nook is more solid. Yep. And so this one goes like so. Just across the bottom here. Let's go ahead and snap that in. I'm trying to see how I can safely do this. The doors are opening. Let's just flip it. We're gonna flip it. So you gotta get these pieces in. Oh no, oh no. And this one. There we go. And we're just gonna go around and make sure it is nice and snug all along the edge here. And again, I'm gonna stand up for this and push it all down. There we go. Looking good. I think we're good. I mean, I can also just like do it this way. Just push it from the bottom or from the top into the bottom. At some point, we might need to change the camera angle because now this has gotten real big real quick. We need I1, which is this big piece. It looks like this is the last piece on this board. I feel like I need to do something every time we finish a whole section of boards. What does this say? Magic Spell Book Nook series. Magic Spell Library. Oh, designed by Dolphin Island. So, go figure. It's the branding. Yeah, so Dolphin Island's the one that makes it. And by the way, in case you're just joining, this is a kit from Amazon. It's linked in the description. I also have it in my Amazon storefront in the like featured on YouTube section. So this guy is now going, I'm guessing, back here. This is going on top of this. Okay, when assembling it, avoid applying force on the entrance door. Prevent damage. Yep, fair enough. Okay, so maybe we don't want to do it how I was just going to do it. I can hold it up at least. And go around like so. And keep going around. And pop this into place. Squeeze it all together. Okay. Oh, this one needs a little more tightening. There we go. We are moving along here, people. Oh my gosh. Okay. Now we are making the chandeliers. This is so exciting. Okay, let's move this back here. Like, okay, wait, let's take a moment and appreciate this. So we've got our doors now that open into the library, and all of our efforts of making all of those books and attaching all of those books are now way in the back, so you can barely see them. Day one set of books are now over here. And that's always so stinking funny about these kits. Because again, you spend so much time building this stuff and you can't see any of it in the end. But it's fun while you make it. So there we go. This guy is getting moved over here so that we can make our chandelier. Let's scooch that back. Okay, so we need our cordage, which is all in here. So we've got our chain, in this baggie. And our pieces, so let's go ahead and empty that. Move those to the side. Cut 6 short pieces of chain, approximately 4 centimeters long. How the heck do they expect me to cut this? Like, do they really think it's going to be with scissors? I mean, we can try. It's literally what it says. Recommend to use the base of the scissors. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to grab my wire cutters. That is a hell of a lot easier. So let's grab those. If I can find them. Okay. Let's try with these. Because I don't know where my bolt cutters are, which is what I want to grab. And then my wire cutters are actually less accessible, but these are like super strong scissors. I don't remember what they were for, but let's see. Approximately 4 centimeters long. I guess that is what that is. Is that 4 centimeters? That looks like 3 to me. But I guess we will do what they say. So, let's just go ahead and try. Oh shit, so they're all supposed to be like the exact same length. Wait, now I'm confused. I guess it's really supposed to be 4. Okay. So if it's 1 chain off. Oh my gosh, this is not gonna work. Oh, there we go. JK, it worked. Okay, that seems long. But let's just carry on, I guess. This seems very weird. Let's cut this one. And I guess after we cut them, we'll compare them and see if one has a longer chain to it. And hopefully most will be similar size. Come on. There. That is, what are we at? 3? 3 more. One. And 2. Come on. 2. And the last one of this set before we apparently have to compare them and make sure that they are the exact same length. I don't love that. I would much rather they just provide them to be the same length. Considering they don't give supplies to cut this metal. Okay, fun. So now I've got nice little sharp bits of metal all over the table. Love that. And now we barely have to make sure that they are the exact same length. So let's line them all up. Let's actually move this. Now that we've cut them all, we don't need that. But we do need to compare them and see if they are apparently 1 chain longer than the rest. Which is weird because they're all like twisted anyways. So I don't really know how to go about this. Maybe shake it out? Dang it. Okay. Shaking it definitely helps. There. Okay, let's do that. And lay it down. This is so silly. This is the first time I've had to use chains in these kits. Like an actual chain. I have no idea if I'm going to be able to tell if one of these is shorter or longer in terms of singular chain length. And I don't feel like counting them. This is ridiculous. I mean, this one that bottom one definitely looks like it's longer than the rest. But like, see, like it's, ugh. How the heck am I supposed to do this? I don't know. I think I'm just going to have to improvise. Well, that one definitely looks like it's longer. Do those look longer? That one looks longer, and this one looks longer. Okay, so let's maybe remove a chain off this one at least. I feel like maybe as I build whatever the next thing I'm building is, then we can see if something is too long, like in the moment, rather than trying to count all the pieces. But I know that that one's long, and I know that this one's long, so we can at least remove a chain from those. But then, after removing that, yeah, I'm just gonna leave them and see. Yeah, like, I can't tell, but they really want it, like, the same exact number of chains. That just seems ridiculous to me, because it's difficult to tell. So, we are then going to take this, cut the remaining chain into 2 long pieces of the same length. So, literally just this. Guess we're just supposed to do this and cut that in half. I just want to double check that that is accurate. Okay. Manual files open. I think that's literally what they want, but this seems like unnecessarily long. Woo. Oh no. Okay. Okay, cool. So yeah, I guess we're just gonna cut this in half. Because we're just gonna wrap around, like wrap the chain around something to make them shorter. Just saying, come on, scissors. There we go. Lovely. So there are 2 long chains. That will be the things that fold it up. And now we need our split rings, what they're calling them. And we are attaching 1. So we're attaching 3 chains to the top of 1. Oh man, I wish I had my pliers accessible. Oh, that wasn't too bad. Okay. And let's hook 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so 3 go onto 1 chain. Simple enough. And then 3 go onto the other chain. Yeah, see, I agree. I think the idea is they want you to be the one making everything. And maybe there are people who enjoy cutting chains to the same exact length. That's the only thing I can think of. Unless it's like their excuse to not do that. Because it would be cheaper for them to do less of the work. That's my thought process. Is it's one of both of those things. Like one or the other or both. Because who knows, maybe someone does enjoy this process. But for me, I would rather them just provide the correct chain length. Cutting a chain to the correct size is not super fun for me. Especially if they don't provide the tool to do so. Like, that's what bugs me. Like, not everyone has wire cutters. Like, that's such a weird thing to assume someone has. Okay. Here are our chains. Oh, those look all tangled up right there. There we go. There are the chains. And now we hook them onto the bottom part. Okay, so this is where we then can compare the length of chain. So this one, I can see that these two are a chain longer. So I should have just done that from the start. So that's the easy way to do it. Just hang them up first, and then you can easily tell which is longer, rather than trying to figure it out before you hang them. Okay, so there's one, and I've already lost track of which the next one is. That is, this guy is the long one. So we'll remove a singular chain from this one. There. And now those should all be the same length. Lovely. Look at that. There we go. So that's the way to do it. So just add them to the jump ring first and then size them. So this one, same thing. It looks like these on the side are also 1 too long relative to the other one. So let's remove that. Last ring on this one. There we go. And then this one was the longer one. And it's definitely easier higher up on the scissors. So there. Okay. And this one should now be good to go. And now those are all the same length. Nice. So now we are good with those scissors. We are adding jump rings to the bottom chain of each of those chains. So let's open this guy up. And let's add one here. And then it gets attached to the base of the chandelier. There. Which I should have opened in advance. Let me use my teeth because I don't have a hand. So here are our chandelier pieces. Which, how do I do this? I guess it just goes through, because I'm like, there aren't, oh, that's pretty. I didn't notice the back of that. That's really pretty. Can you all see the detail on that? So I thought there would be holes, but it's not. So we're looping it through those details, like the holes in the filigree. I feel like I'm calling everything filigree, even though none of it is considered filigree in the design. Dang it! Okay, so I got it through that, but I dropped it out of the chain. So let's add it back to the chain. And now we can close this up. There we go. So there is string number 1. And now we do this to all the other sides. Again, this would be so much easier with pliers, but my pliers are not super accessible right now. So we will make do. And actually, this would probably be easier if I do it this way. So now we're going to skip a hole so that it's thirds, split into thirds. So then we're going to attach this guy over here. Guess we just pick the next one. Let's grab that chain. And loop it in. There we go. And close this chain up. Or close up the jump ring, I mean. So now I've got 2 dangling. And next ring. Slowly but surely we'll get there. And this one's going to go through skip 1. And let's grab the last chain and loop that on, and hopefully I haven't like twisted everything too much. I was trying to keep it as even as possible. Come on. Super finicky. This is the problem working with a ton of stuff. We got it. And dry eyes, and therefore blurry vision. Okay. And tighten that. And now we should have our little dangly chandelier. Hopefully. What did I do? No, we're good. We're good. We're good. It just needs to be reorganized. There we go. There is our little chandelier. So it dangles all nicely. Cute. So there's the first one, and then we will repeat the process with the next one. Ugh. So let's open this guy, attach it. Let's see if I can do this one more quickly. Also, now that I just wiped my eyes so I can see a lot better. It certainly helps to actually see what you're doing. Though a magnifying glass would certainly be an added help here. Got the first one. The first one is certainly the easiest, so you don't have to worry about direction or anything like that. Still need to close it though. There we go. Then the next one. Thought I could open it with my teeth. Nope. And that's just going to get it all wet, which will make it way more difficult. So let's loop it. Again, skipping one, adding it to the next one. And let's do this one. Trying to isolate that last link in the chain. And come on, hook it in. Any day now. Come on. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, there we go. And close it up. There. And then last one. Open this guy up. Again, skip one, and then attach it to the next one. Okay, let's grab the chain. Attempt to isolate the last link in that chain. And see if we can slide it onto the jump ring. Oh, heck yeah! Amazing. And let's close that jump ring. There we go! There is the other one. Let's shake it out. Whoop, whoop. Let's drop it. Okay, flip it the right way. Make sure the chain is facing the right way. There we go. So here are our two little chandeliers. If they would be organized, that would be cool. They certainly get twisted up easy, I'll tell you that. There. There are two little chandeliers. And now, what is the next step? We get to add another jump ring. So we're adding another jump ring to the top of these. And then that gets added to the long chain. So let's make sure this is facing the right way. And that this is organized. Lovely. So you add a ring to that. And then we grab one of the long chains and attach it to the base of that one. There we go. Close her up. And so now it is on a long chain. And we will do the same with the other side. Open this ring. Gather the top of our chandelier. Attach it to one side. Grab the chain, the long one, and loop it to the last link of that long chain. Close up the ring. And there we go. That's adorable. Oh my goodness. That is so stinking cute. It's so cute. And like the bottom is so stinking pretty too. That's so cute. And now we get to fill it with these little gems, which they're calling yellow magic crystal stone. So it says place 3 to 4 stones and secure them with glue. They give a lot more than 3 to 4. So let's move the chains out of the way. And I'm going to open and glue with my teeth, of course. So it's one-handed. And let's go ahead and add some dollops of glue on the inside of here. I'm just arbitrarily placing glue all over. And then we can drop some stones all up in here. And I think these are serving sort of as flames, I'm guessing. And let's do another piece of glue in here so that it kind of fits on top of the others. Does that work? Maybe? I think that might be okay. I guess it might be easier if I actually hold it up like that. There! But I'm like, I want something on top. So let's see if I can get it. That'll work. So I want a tiny little guy just right in there. Drop that in. There. That's a little more full. I like that better. It says 3 to 4 stones. I used 5. I'm sure it's fine. Unless we're using stones for other things. But they provided a crap ton of stones. So let's go ahead and do the other one. So we'll do the same thing. Just cover the bottom with glue. And then let's drop some stones in. This time I'm going to kind of place them around the edge here. Like so. And then let's maybe grab another. But that actually looks kind of cute. Let's try and add this over here. And let's add another one over here. Maybe put this one on its side so it kind of stands up a little taller. There. I think that one was 5 stones or 6 stones on that. And it's upside down. Let's make sure it's right side up. Make sure the balance is right. Oh, it's because the chains are stuck. That's why. There's that one. And let's move the chain on this one. I'm worried because like the glue is all over it, that the glue might secure the chain in the wrong place. But that looks pretty good. I think because there we go. There. Now it's even. There. So here are our two little guys. Full of stuff. Now that makes me want to put something in there. Like, this spot looks barren to me. So I'm going to add a small amount of glue. Let's move this chain. I want something right there. Wow, that was a crap ton of glue. Didn't mean to do that much. Let's try and find a small stone for right there. There. And then let's lift this up. And there is that one on that side. And now it's a little more full. So there are our two chandeliers with the stones in them. And next, what do we do? Let's see. We get F9. I think we're going to finish this today, y'all. I feel like we only have a few more steps. Even though there looks like there's a crap ton more pieces. So, I don't know. But each page looks like it has very few instructions. So, let's grab F9 and F4. So, it's this bigger base plate. And, yeah, let's not see what I'm doing. Let's move this, try and move this back some. F4, it looks like there's a backup piece just in case we break this one, which is always nice to have. And this goes this way. We want this facing up. And then this goes on here like so. And squish that into place, hopefully. That is a tight squeeze. Come on. Just kind of force it in. There we go. Okay. And then this is apparently the ceiling, what they're calling the ceiling. So then we have this chain. Thread the long chain through here, which I guess is this one. These smaller holes in the front. Thread the chain through the hole in the roof, then wrap it a few times around the column to secure it. And it says the length doesn't matter. Okay. So let's go ahead and do that. And so this is where I was like, oh, I guess it doesn't matter how long the chain is. Okay, we'll just wrap all the extra around. And then we'll do the same thing to this side. It says it doesn't matter. In this step, the height does not need to be considered. So, okay. Seems odd, but we will go with that. Probably should have threaded both at the same time. Let's go ahead and do that. Gravity, do your thing. Gravity, do your thing. There. We got it. Okay. And I'm making them roughly even. So we wrap it around like we did with the other one, just to get the chain out of the way. Same with this. Let's just get that out of the way. They're kind of similar heights. And then, what do we do? Short wire LED cord. During assembly, carefully push the LED wire into the decorative book. Be careful not to damage the wire, as it's fragile, blah, blah, blah. So this goes through here. Oh, we need F5 to secure it. F5. Let's pop that out. I feel like I missed a piece somewhere, but we will see. Okay. F5. We want this facing this way. So we're going to turn it facing this way. We're going to drop this into here. And then I think I think. Where does this go? Okay, I think I need to stand up for this. Ah, okay, that's why. So it's fitting into those little notches right there. You know what? I'm gonna lift this camera higher up so y'all can see what is happening. That's a little better at least. Okay. So we are dropping this into here. Where does this go? Does it thread through? Is that what they said? No. Okay, I guess it just goes over the top of this. I don't understand where this is supposed to... Oh, just on top. Oh, okay. For some reason they wanted us to wire it first, but I am not going to do that. Makes more sense to me to put this into the right spot. So let's go ahead and pop this into place. And lock it into place. And then we can put this here and take the piece that we just got and push that into here to secure it. Oh, now I see why they want you to do that. Okay. Because otherwise I'm going to like break this whole thing. So now I get it. Okay, we're going to take this out. Because otherwise if I push on this to try and get that light secure, I feel like I'm going to break this whole piece. So let's push this in from over here. Come on. I don't know why these are like the most difficult ones. Are you in? Not quite. Because I smushed it. Actually, it's pretty secure though, even so. Let's try this. So it's because I kind of smashed the side of it. If y'all can see that. See? So it's not fitting in all the way. So let me scrape some of that off so that it will hopefully fit better. And let's try again. Let's push that in. Come on. There we go. There, just got it. Okay. Now let's push this whole piece in and secure it to this top part. I don't even know if it needs much securing. It's pretty much in there. Then we need F10, which goes where? Here. Oh, to separate the chains from the LED board. Okay, that's weird. It says install this to separate chains from LED board. I guess in case the metal accidentally touches it or something? There. Okay. Then... Oh, this is gonna be so cool. Yeah, I definitely missed this. I'm like, where is this? F6 was supposed to go somewhere. So this was supposed to get glued on somewhere. I don't know where. And then there are like other panels. Now I'm like thoroughly confused. Unless they're extra pieces, I don't know. Okay. We need the double-sided mirror. So let's go ahead and grab that. We've got, I think, 2 of these. The bigger one or smaller one? So there's a double-sided mirror and then a semi-transparent mirror. This is the double-sided mirror. Okay. So let's remove this. Remove the blue film. Keep the clear film on, facing the back panel. Okay. Remove the blue film and place this side towards the bookshelves. Touching it, blah, 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 blah. Okay. And we want this facing us. This goes where? Towards the bookshelves. I guess slides in the back here? I think it goes back here. But it says to leave the plastic on. Move the blue float in place. Keep the semi-transfer fit. They can pack panel. How the hell am I supposed to slide this through? Okay. Ooh, how the heck? Okay, I'm opening the door on the front and like trying to shimmy this. There's apparently supposed to be a slot in the back here. There we go. Okay. Okay. Can y'all see that back there? So now we have the mirror in the back. Trying to get the gunk out of it. So that one worked. Then we have the two-way semi-transparent mirror. So we can remove this. It says both sides. Remove both sides. Removing the blue fill, use your finger pads to lift it. Okay. So here's this guy. Hey! Now y'all can actually see me. The idea of using mirrors with this. I'm trying to see, like, can y'all see me if I do that? Hey guys! There we go. There. Yay! Mirrors! Okay. Now this one goes, I think, in here? Let's see. I'm gonna have to stand for this. This one goes, yes. Okay, can y'all see that slot right in front of the board there? That right there. That's where we're going in. So that goes in. We're gonna have to move the light out of the way. So that goes all the way through. And I guess this is part of the special effects that are gonna happen. So that slides all the way down. Hopefully. It went almost all the way down. Floor slot. Then the floor slot. Yeah, how do we get that into this bottom bit? Finagle it. Let's see if I can use the tweezers. I think I'm just gonna have to keep trying here. Because I can't reach in there. So I don't know how to get in there. See, can y'all, like, this is where I'm trying to get it in, down here. It's supposed to go all the way in. But it is just barely not going in, but I can't reach to grab that. Actually, you know what? Maybe I can just lift this off. Okay, yeah. There we go. We got it. So that's how you can just fix that. Just lift this piece up. And let's lock that in place. So that one is now in place. And then we have the high definition clear panel. Let's try this. Let me move this slightly. Okay. So you can see more of what is happening. From both sides, insert. Okay, this is a clear panel. Remove the semi-transparent film from both sides and insert it at the angle directed in the instructions. Okay. So this is like all the fancy mirror work. I feel like this is exactly how the Haunted Mansion ride works. So I think this is like literally the same effect, like special effect, that the Haunted Mansion uses for the ghosts on the ride. or something very similar. So this is pretty freaking cool that we're like recreating that in a small scale. So this one, oh, that's the point of the crisscrossies at the bottom. Okay, so this goes in this way. All of the equipment, filming equipment, is blocking this, but there we go. So that slides into place. Did I get it? No, you have to get it. Oh, there's some gunk there. That's why. Let's grab that gunk out of the way. There. So that is now in place. And thanks, Olivia. I wasn't prepared to be on camera, so I like all disheveled. You can't see the haircut though, so see up in a bun. Okay, in this step, you can activate the flame effect, unhook the chains from the ceiling. What? And adjust the height so that the flame. Oh. Okay. Okay, so I think this is like where we turn it on. Okay, wait, no, like oh, because we need the top panel. Okay, so I didn't miss any pieces. That actually goes on the front. So why wouldn't we just do that? Wait, I'm gonna put that on now, because why not? Before we plug everything in. So this little guy goes on the front here and gets glued on. Let's pop this out. So I'm also gonna have to think of how to position the camera so you guys can also see it for the effect. Okay, all right. Get this glued on to the front real quick. So this is going over the top here. Just to give it some more dimension even, though I did just peel that, but that's okay. We just want to look at that part. That's fine. Let's get this glue off. So easy, just roll it right off. Okay, there's that. Now, what I am thinking we need to do, I'm gonna close this glue. And I think this is where you can activate the flame effect. So I can't see anything in here, so I think I have to turn this on. So this is gonna take a hot second. I'm gonna grab the cable. Well, is there anything else in the box here? We can grab the wand. And then this is the battery pack, I guess. Aha, so the battery pack is literally just a USB thing. So you can take it and have it be portable. Here was the screwdriver that it came with that I didn't realize was in there. Let me move this box out of the way. Turns out we didn't need to make 5,000 books, so those really were all extra books and scrolls. They provide a lot. So now I'm going to grab the extension cable and bring that up and over so we can plug this guy in. And then, I don't know if it already turned on or not. No. Okay. Now I'm going to need to fuss with this camera angle, so bear with me. Y'all see the mess behind all my stuff, potentially. Actually, maybe not. We might be okay, and I might save y'all from seeing all my mess. Ugh. No, you get to see the mess. Okay, let's see. Look away if you get nauseous. Look away for the motion sickness. Okay, well is that far enough? No, we might need to drop it even lower. Okay, hang on. Let's lower the whole boom down a little bit. And then I'll angle it up. Okay. Let's move this back, and then I'm gonna angle it up. Okay. Maybe. Now, well, now y'all can see my chest. That's not gonna weird angle there with the whole mirror concept. Okay, let's see if this works. That might be okay. Let's see. Okay. Then I'm wondering if I need to turn off the lights, but let's see what this looks like if I turn it on. Oh! Wait, something turned on and then turned off. What just happened? Why is it turning on and then off? Can y'all see that? Let me turn off all of the overhead lights. Oh no, it's going. Okay, they're there. What is that big reflection? Oh, that's the table. Okay. Woo! Dropping the boom. Okay, if I have to see. This is my camera setup, which really ruins this mirror effect. Oh my gosh. Wait. Turning off the music. Can y'all hear that? Holy cow. That is so freaking cool. And I may have put the lanterns like exactly where they need to be. That's so, okay, this left one needs to be dropped a tiny bit. Oh, it's focusing on the wrong spot. There, okay. So this one needs to be dropped a tiny, tiny bit. So let me unwind it. And then, let's see. Ooh, that was my stomach growling. I don't know if y'all got to hear that. Let's see. I don't want to flash y'all. I feel like that might be good. That's a good height. Oh, dang it. I just dropped it. Oh, no. Okay, wait. Undo. Unwind it. Doing this one-handed here. There. That's okay. Let's try and lock that in place. And tie that up again. Round. So that it doesn't fall. Now I understand why they say leave the chain super long. And then the other one, we can drop a smidge. Let's drop this in a tiny, tiny bit. If I can grab that chain, which looks like I squished it kind of again. So same thing, let's unwrap this. And then lift that back up. There. There we go. And hold. Oh, dang it. Let me just move it. Nope, we're good. Okay. Let's move that one notch down. I feel like it's slightly higher than the first one, so let's just drop it a tiny bit. Oh, come on. There. Okay. So let's tighten this guy up as well. Can y'all see that okay? The unfortunate thing is the reflection from the table is happening. Ooh, maybe we put a piece of paper though. Like if I just put something down so it's not shiny. I guess I can just move the paper of the thing itself. Here. Will this help? I do that. It might be less reflective. No, now you can just see the paper. That doesn't help. That's even worse. Okay. Let's see. That is unfortunate placement for me. But can y'all see? Oh, God, I wish I could. I don't know how to make this not a mirror. That's the problem, is it's like, it's a mirror, so you're always going to see something there. If I hold like a box or something, so like here, or like, what if I do this? Well, that doesn't, well, that's going to block the camera, obviously. That was a weird idea of mine. No, see, that doesn't work. Ooh, how far can I go without blocking the camera? That. Nope. That looks so silly. I need like a black piece of paper. Okay, let me grab something real quick. Use this. And it won't get it 100% because the camera is obviously there. But let's see. Okay. I hold this up. And then this. There we go. Look at that. Though you can't really see the back of it. Because I think then it's like blocked. No, I can't even see back behind that. That's, yeah, what you guys see is what I can see. But at least now you can see the effect. How freaking cool is that? And then the sound with it. But what's weird, why can't we see the rest of the stuff? I wonder if it's like a lighting issue? Like one of the lights. Oh my gosh, I just noticed this. Can you all see those flames in there? That's so, oh wait, that's what the LCD, okay, I figured it out. Wow, I'm ridiculous. That's exactly how this is working. So that's the LCD screen that we put in, but then it's reflecting off of this, which is the two-way mirror situation, and that's what's giving that effect. But if you also look into it, it looks like there are just flames through the window from that side as well. So that's neat. But what I don't get is why can't we see the rest of our bookcase? Like everything is blocked off from here. Maybe let's take the chandelier higher and see if it's better. I don't think it's the chandeliers that are blocking it though. Part of me thinks it's the, well, here, if I just lift this up here. Yeah, see, I move the chandeliers. Y'all can't see that. There. So now I drop the chandeliers. So it doesn't look like that's the issue. It seems there is something either not lit in the back. I'm thinking there might be, I'm trying to remember where all of the lights went. Let's see. Is it, I feel like this is the one that's not lit. This is the one that's not lit. This is why. This is our problem right here. Oh no! Okay, so that's why. Y'all can't see this. But these are the lights that should be lit, but they're not. So that is our problem. And I don't know how to fix that, unfortunately. I might have to like reach out to them and see what the heck is going on. Unless there's something that I can just do from here to like check it. I don't know. I guess I should have plugged it in and checked the lights before we assembled everything. So that we can see all the way back through it. So I think I'm gonna have to fuss with it for a while, but otherwise, I think we're pretty good. So if I do this, so wait, let's see the like motion activation stuff. Or I guess you can switch motion sensor. Grab your wand and cast the spell Incendia to ignite flames. You can switch to touch switch mode and let the burning flames, crackling sounds accompany you through a delightful reading experience. So I think if I turn it to that, it's now shut off. But let's try this. Where is the speaker? I don't remember where the speaker is. Well, let's try it. Incendia. I feel ridiculous now. I don't know where to do this. What do I do? Because to me, I feel like I just turned it off. by pressing that button. Incendia. Incendia? I feel insane. Okay, what were the commands? 2 spells. Okay. Eternal flame. Incendia. See, to me that feels like I turned it off. Incendia. Eternal flame. Wait, a light turned on. Incendia. Holy shit! Oh my god, that was so freaking cool. Okay, wait. Extinguish. Oh my god, you guys, it works! It actually works! So I had turned it off, so you still need to put it in that mode. Extinguish. Extinguish. Well, now I don't understand. Incendia. I wonder if it just like... Incendia. Incendia. Okay, so it works sometimes? Extinguish. Extinguish. Okay, I don't know. Now I'm confused. Okay, it does say the effect of the flames can interfere with the microphone's ability to recognize spells. As a result, the extinguish spell may be harder to recognize. The louder the volume, the harder it is for the spell to be recognized. You may need to be very close to the microphone or speak loudly for that spell to work. Okay. Extinguish. Incendia. Extinguish. Holy shit, it works, y'all. Aside from the lights up top that aren't working. Extinguish. Incendia. Okay, y'all, I think this one wins for coolest build we have done thus far. That is insane. I feel like I do need to put just like some kind of light up top though. Let me have a think. What kind of light? Do I have like a tiny little lamp or something? Just so we can see what it would look like if those lights were working that I clearly need to fuss with to get to start working. I do have like a black light. Like what little LEDs or something do we have here? So I'm like, I could obviously use my phone, but we're using a phone to film, so that doesn't help. Let's see. We have got maybe this. I mean, I've got this tiny black light. Can we try that? Let's see if that works. Okay, so I need to lift this up though. So the chandeliers will not be in the right place. Does that help? I mean, yeah, so if that was lit, y'all can kind of, I mean, it's difficult to see, but see how the blue light would show all the background there? So we would be able to see the rest of it if those lights were working. So I'm going to have to fuss with that and see. Ooh. So I think that is purely the issue with that piece. Back there, and then you would be able to see all of the details. That is not fully in place, but how freaking cool is that? Okay, let's see. So y'all don't have to see my chest in the background. My dog there. Using my teeth, of course. So y'all can see this better. So let's do that. Extinguish. Incendia. That is so freaking cool. Extinguish. Incendia. Extinguish. Extinguish. Incendia. Oh my god, that's so cool. Oh my gosh, I can't. That is amazing. Extinguish. Extinguish. Well, now I'm like blocked by the thing. Extinguish. Incendia. That is too cool. Oh my gosh. 10 out of 10 for this one. That is well worth the price. Oh my gosh. Now I wish every single build had some sort of cool effect like that. That is too stinking cool. And like the flames on the side. Oh my god. Absolutely delightful. I mean, it was mainly the book building and gluing and stuff, but holy crap, that flame effect is just too neat. Like, I don't understand how this is not like double the price of all the other kits. That's crazy. And it's like, it is the same price as every other kit in Book Nook. So yeah, 10 out of 10. This one is amazing. Highly recommend. I am gonna have to fuss with it for figuring out those top lights. I feel like I'm gonna have to take it apart, or at least the side panel, to figure out. Maybe wiring got weird. So that is definitely a lesson in double check the wiring works before you put it all together. Just plug it in and then unplug it so you can build the rest of it safely. But yeah, if only that backside was also illuminated. That seems like a me problem rather than the kit's problem. So I will have to fuss with it. And again, so this is what the front looks like. And then it has the little doors, which is just too cute. And it has like the spine of what looks like a book. Then we have the side, magic spell library. And then the other side, book of magic spells with the whole thing explained on the bottom. And then the back has some stuff, branding stuff. Here's the switch back there. And then this is where you can access all of the wiring in the back so that you can fuss with it. But there we go. We have finished this guy. How long have I been on today? Okay, today was a long time. So today was like, what are we at? Over 3 hours at this point? Holy crap, it's already 3 o'clock. Wow. Okay, so yeah, this one was what, a 5-hour build, it seems? So pretty good. 5 hours, ain't bad. That's a lot. I mean, that's like a long afternoon or 2 sessions. So that is like a perfect length to me. So there we go. We are finished with this guy. I don't know what the plan is for the next live. Actually, I might be doing, like, I've gotten a few kits that are like virally craft kits that I've been wanting to try. So we might be doing those for a future live. I've got some terrariums to build, so that one's gonna be really cool. Yeah, TBD what will be for the next live, but I'm happy we got to do another build since it's been a while. Yeah. As always, link to the kit is in the description if you're interested in getting it. Also in my Amazon storefront. But otherwise, thank you all for joining me. This one was absolutely delightful. So I'm excited you guys got to join me on this journey and see my excitement for these insane special effects for a freaking Book Nook. Too cool. But yeah. Thank you all for joining. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't so you can see when I go live next. But the plan is to continuing every other Sunday, but then I'll do surprise lives like I did for this one. We started this one on Friday, so that was just hopping on and doing a surprise live. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe. And otherwise, have a good rest of your weekend. Have a good week. And I will see you all on the next one. Thanks, everyone. Take care.